Hello and welcome, my dear third standard students. This is Rohan sir. I welcome you all once again in today's science class. And you know that we have been revising the chapters, we have been getting the extra knowledge about each and every chapter and the topics regarding housing and clothing, regarding how to keep safety at home, at roads, and etc. etc. We have been revising the chapters with animated photos, which gives you the practical knowledge, which gives you the visual knowledge actually. So that visual knowledge is very much important for you to get the extra knowledge and to get the practical knowledge actually, because when you read you remember, but when you see you remember more. You are capable enough to remember the precise knowledge of the data you are having. So this extra knowledge is of very much important even if you want to make your own answers. Sometimes in the higher standards you have to make your own answers. So if you keep this habit from the lower standard itself, you are surely going to get the enhancement of the skills in a better direction. So my dear students, in today's lecture, what is it about? What is today's lecture about? So today's lecture is about the extra knowledge about soil with animation. Now you all know that your fourth lesson is of soil. So you are going to get the knowledge about soil, the farmers, how they use the soil, which kinds of soils are there, how it is used. You are going to see in this lecture. You will see more and listen less, because I believe that I have already explained you the question answers, the objectives and everything, but now it's time to see. So I'll label each and everything, I'll just take the follow up, I'll show you what is each and everything, how it is used, how we get food, and various different things in this video. Basically I've written the point: photosynthesis, types of soil, usage, etc. etc. These are the points which will you understand if you look at these videos. Correct? Different types of manures and how the humus is created and etc. etc. We will look in today's lecture. So basically students, if you can see this photo, different soils in different uses and in different ways it is given just in this collage. Correct? How the earthworms live, what are the layers, how it is used for the cultivation, for the farmers, and etc. etc. This photo shows very clearly to you everything. Correct? So this is all about the soil introduction, how it is used in a different ways, from farming till construction. Yes? So if you can see that this man is holding the soil, black soil. Correct? So on our earth, if you can see, if you go to the depth of every corner, if you can see this farmer, correct, how the plants and how the vegetables are grown, correct, and this is only the source of our food. We eat our food from that source only. Even the bricks and everything is made up of soil. Correct? The pots are made of soil. If you can see, in the ancient times, people used to get the utensils of clay and soil. Unlike us, nowadays we have the utensils of different materials, made up of different materials, made up of modern materials. But in the ancient times, they never had those facilities. All the things were handloom, means made by hands. Correct? If you can see, these are the various pictures of soil. So what is soil according to you? So students, what is soil made up of? Water, leaves, land, stones. What is exactly the soil? Correct? You must be wondering, how is the soil made? Can you see this big stone? Yes, a giant stone we can say. And then the small stones, and then the pebbles, and then finally the soil is formed. So the small stones are called pebbles. This is just for your knowledge, as we are getting the extra knowledge, correct? So from everywhere soil is from every evolution, it is must to form the soil. From everything, evolution is must. Basically, my dear students, it is there, as per your knowledge, soil is the top layer of the earth where the plants grow, correct? Plants stay fixed to the soil with the help of their roots. So plants grow there on the topmost portion, that is the soil. That is what we call soil, correct? And soil also provides the water and nutrients to the plants. That is what exactly the use of soil and what the soil is called, correct? The main use of it is it provides the nutrients to the plants and water to the plants, correct? That is what even I explained you while I was explaining the question answers. And you even know that soil is formed by the breaking down of rocks, correct? And for which sun's heat, the rain, the wind also help in breaking down of rocks. Those three are the main sources which helps for the breaking of rocks. That is what even you have gone through in your answers, that these three sources, sun's heat, the rain and the wind, also helps for breaking of the soil. And also it is not easy, it is not the fast or swift process. The process of breaking down of rocks lasts for 1,000 years, or you can say thousands of years. It is not the fast process, it is rather the gradual process. As you can see in this picture, I would like to explain you that over time rock breaks into the smaller pieces, correct? So the rock, these are the smaller pieces in which it breaks. Even the dead plants, the dead plant means if you might have seen the leaves on the tree, they are green in the color, and by the time they are down on the floor, on the land, on the surface, they are red, either red or yellow in the color, because they are dead plants, they are not alive, correct? So even some of them used to burn the plants, correct? So only the dead plants, on the green leaves, most probably you can burn the green leaves. So dead plants and animals also play the vital role in the formation of the soil, the main role in the formation of soils. So my dear students, soil contains humus, sand, clay, pebbles. Many things are included in the soil, many things are there within the soil. And as you can see, these are the layers, correct? First, the first layer, the first position is for the bedrocks. You can see that it is drawn how big they are, how scattered they are. And then the subsoil, the small pieces of pebbles, and then the topsoil, the humus, which contains the humus as well along with the topsoil, correct? That is why we can grow the plants in the top part of the earth, which is again called soil. Now you all know that. Now students, in this picture you can see the difference between sand, silt and clay, correct? The sizes are different. It is clearly shown in this picture. The magnifying lens is also kept for you to understand it very clearly, what is the difference, correct? This is not the normal, you cannot see this kind of difference with the naked eyes. You have to put this magnifying lens just to see the differ in the size of sand, silt and clay. What is the difference between these three? Now students, you can see the volume of the sand, correct? You can see easily in this diagram, and this is how you make the house from the sand, correct? Which is wet sand exactly near the beach or near the water, correct? And this is how the silt is. If you can see that human, it was there in the hand of the man, correct? Again I'll play this GIF for you, if you can see in this photo. And this is how the volume of silt is. So there is a vast difference between it, isn't it so? And now coming on to the clay, how the clay looks like. You can even make the statues, you can even make the different kind of during the ancient time this was vastly used. This was the main source of their utensils, statues and many more things, using the clay. Now this is how the volume of clay is, correct? So if you compare all these three, sand, silt and clay, there is a vast difference between the looks and the characteristics of these three. And students, let us see what soil contains, that it helps the plant so much that ultimately we get the food from the farms. So humus is made up of remains of dead plants, isn't it? And animals as well. So that is the humus which holds the water and provide nutrients for the plants. You can see the plants growing, isn't it so? So it makes the soil fertile enough for the plants to grow there. And when can you just easily recognize that this is the fertile soil? Actually, fertile soil is said to be fertile only when the plants grow well in it. Otherwise the soil is not fertile. Yes, these are the pictures. If you can see the roots, how the roots looks like beneath the ground. And in the above animation you will be able to see how the roots grow beneath the ground. If you can see this, that along with the plants, the roots are even going deeper and deeper, which finally makes the big tree and the plants. So tree, while you plant it, it is though the small, and this is the gradual process so to grow it, because along with the top portion, the portion which is under the ground also grows. So it is not the fast process, it is very slow process. And you might be also shocked to listen to this, that earthworms are even called the farmer's friend. Yes, the earthworms are even called the farmer's friend. Why so? If you can see this farm, yes, this is where the farmers work. So earthworms dig the tunnels. Earthworm helps to dig the tunnels and they live inside the soil. Correct? You all know that earthworm lives beneath the soil. So while doing this, they turn and loosen the soil, which helps again the farmer to make the soil proper fertile. So now if you can see, I have brought the photo for you. This is how the root of the tree looks like. So beneath the ground. Just imagine how much time will it take to grow this big and this strong. So even if you cut the tree from the topmost part, the roots are still there. Correct? So the water you give here, the water you pour here, again you just sprinkle the water here, and the remaining water which is scattered onto the ground, the roots consume it, and again it goes to the tree. This is the full process. So now you can see in this part of the video that the farmers, how do they cultivate the crops, how do they work in the farms, correct? Using the different equipments which are now available. First it was not available. How they cultivate the crops after they are grown. Yes, see, finally they get fruitful result. Actually they get fruits because they have done so much of hard work. Correct? So only then you get different fruits, different vegetables from the farm. And if you see, the different plants grow in different way. If you see this carrot, this they are pulling out from the ground, correct? So it grows beneath the ground. The roots are up, we need to pull them. So this is something very much interesting. You can clearly see that how they dig the tunnels to cultivate the plants there, using different equipments with hands, with tractors. This is, if you can see the color of the soil, they are different everywhere, correct? And how they water the plant to make the soil fertile, and how they are again cultivated after they are grown with different machines. So like I said, dear students, these are the earthworms and how they dig the tunnel, if you can see, correct? This is the way they dig the tunnel. And if you feel bad by looking at it, but otherwise it is called the friends of farmer, correct? Like I said previously. And this is how they make the soil fertile. They are then thrown out, and then the soil is made fertile. Now, what are the uses of soil? This is the first use which I told you while explaining you the question answers, isn't it? If you can see this insect crawling. So the first use is that different animals who dwell in the soil, they are able to make their house. So this is the first use. They are housed to many different animals like earthworm, like snails. I even showed you different pictures of snails and earthworm while explaining you the question answers, that how they dwell inside the soil. So not only small insects, but even the birds like this. If you can see this bird, owl, inside the soil. And my dear students, if you can see this in animated video, that how the bricks are made out of the soil. So the soil, the uses of soil is not very limited. It is even used for the animals, birds, human beings as well. Correct. This is how they make the brick, and this is again used to make the house. Correct. This is the picture in which you can clearly see how the bricks are used with the cement to form a house. And you can see the houses of ancient time, the construction of ancient time. They only use the natural materials to make the house, and still those houses are quite more strong if we compare to modern houses. Correct. Even the ancient palace, even you visit to palaces, even you visit to castles, different ancient time castles, you will be easily able to observe the bricks, the uses of bricks and soil and the clay made there. It is clearly seen from the constructions. Now we have different colors and different paints onto the house, but during the ancient time, though they made it with the bricks and the clay, it looked far more better than the construction which are there in the modern times. These are few things made up out of clay. If you can see the hut, small cottages, during ancient time, the kings and the moneylenders who were though the rich one, they were able to live in the big houses and big palaces which were again made of clay and the bricks. But the one who were poor, they were having no other option than to build these kind of cottages. Even in this cottage, they have used the hay, the straw, yes, the dry grass we can say, and the clay and bricks. Correct. So still the use of it is not limited. You can see the pots, how the pots are made. Correct. Different utensils, like I said previously in the initial stage of video, in the starting of the video, how the utensils are made, pot and bowl, containers, glass, all the things were made from the clay, and they made it in such a way that they were able to use it on the daily basis. So students, it is a fact that plants need various different Students, there are various factors affecting the growth of the plant. It is not, you just water the plant and that's it. No, there are the various factors affecting the plant. Actually, there are 18 elements which are very, very much necessary for the growth. And out of these 18, the 3 are sunlight, air and water. These 3 which we can continuously observe. Yes? Air, water, sunlight, which you can take care of. These 3 are the main 3 features. You water the plants, you see that the plants are grown properly where it can get the air, the sunlight is in proper amount. So these 3 are the main features. There are various remaining other factors, correct, which is helping in the growth of plants. Out of, if we remove these 3, still 15 are there. They also play the important role. Correct? This is how the air and water, sunlight works onto the plant. And what about the other 15? they are also essential. They are within the minerals beneath the ground. They are even working in the growth of the plant. They are also the vital factors, we can say the important factors, if you can see in every plant, correct, how they are used in the growth of the plant. Now you can see that farmer who is properly applying the nutrients and minerals, it is very much even necessary to apply the proper manure and fertilizers for the growth of the plants. You cannot not just water it, and you cannot just keep it in the proper airy place, but manures are also very much necessary for agriculture. Now, how do we get manure? Correct, that is the question. If manure are important, how do we get manure? So there are different ways from which we get manure for agriculture, from the organic waste and from the crop residues. So you know that you might have seen these both anywhere while you have visited to farm. And students, manure are said to be the organic nature, correct? How they work on each and every root, how they are applied to the plants, which works beneath the plants. Because to grow the plants, chemical, biological, physical, all the aspects are to be kept in the mind, correct? This is, you can see the physical aspect. This is the chemical aspect which human being or which farmer can apply, and this is the biological aspect which is beneath the roots again. And there are basically two types of manure: bulky organic manure and concentrated organic manure, correct? So there is even difference. If you can just look onto these pictures, two pictures, you can just easily look at it and imagine what could be the difference, correct? Concentrated is something which is really in the small pieces. It is called concentrated version. This is bulky, in a bulk, correct? Bulky means, what is the meaning of bulk? Which is in a lot. In the you can see in the volume, if something is very much high, you say it is a bulky, and something which is really converted into small particles, it is called concentrated. And students, bulky organic manures contains the minimum amount of nutrients inside, so it needs in a high quantity if you apply that manure, correct? And the examples of it are farmyard manures, green manures, vermicompost manures and sludge. So, and concentrated manures, they have the
manures
high level of nutrients they have in compared with the bulky organic manures, correct? If you can see clearly in the picture, though bulky is natural and concentrated is something, the modified version of natural manures. And here are the two examples of concentrated organic manures, like oil cake, meat meal, etc. are the examples of concentrated organic manures. And students, moreover, the organic manures are available in all the weather, all the climates, all the conditions. They are easily available in all the weather. Moreover, if you can see this picture, they does not need any additional components. We don't have to add anything to make it properly cultivable or to make it properly fertile. They are best as it is in their way. And if you can see this picture, the next picture is, this is one of the organic manures, the animal manures. It is a type of one of the organic manures. It is very easily available near the farms because these are even including the wastes of the animals, correct? It looks bad, but this is also very much important for the farming. So for this, if you have this, you will be easily knowing, because many a times in Discovery Channel, many a times live, if you have gone to out of town, you might have seen the farms which are there in the way towards your city or at the edge of the city. So these kind of things are easily seen at the outer skirts of the city. And moreover, not only in farm, it can be also used as a fuel, correct? Now we have that stove, gas and etc., but during the ancient times they used to cook the food on the stove, on the kind of handmade stove, correct? If you can see in this picture how they used it as a fuel to cook the food, to boil the water, and many other uses are there for it. Moreover, the example of it is cow dung. Like I said, this is the waste of an animal and nothing else. So this is the best example. Even if you have seen that the farmers and they used to collect the waste of the animals, they used to collect the cow dung, they used to make a heap of it and let it dry in the sunlight. Moreover, organic manures increase the fertility and maintain the longevity of the soil fertile, correct? So for the long time it can make the soil fertile. Yes, though the earthworms and the other insects are there who are again called the friends of the farmer, but still if the farmers apply the organic manures, if they use the organic manure, it helps to increase the fertility level of the soil. So now this is the picture of fertilizers, students. Modern day fertilizer is challenging to the olden days of organic manures. Why? Because these fertilizers help to grow and to get more nutrients to the plants if compared to the organic manure even. And fertilizers moreover are categorized basically in three categories: straight fertilizers, complex fertilizers, and mixed fertilizers. So these are the three categories of fertilizers moreover, and these fertilizers are made up of single chemical component, whereas these complex fertilizers are made up of different and the combination of different components within. This is the picture of mixed fertilizers. If you can see, this is the live picture of mixed fertilizers. If you have ever seen or not, just keep it in your mind that this is the mixed fertilizers. And here is the difference point, my dear students, between manures and fertilizers. If you can see that manures are the natural origin, means they are naturally originated, correct? Humans don't have to do anything much more with it. They just have to collect it, whereas the fertilizers are of synthetic origin, correct? They are man-made. And this is the second point of difference. If you can see that manures are economical, correct? If you can see this is kind of seesaw, correct? Balancing. If you can see that manures are more economical, so they are not as costly if compared to fertilizers. And if you can see on the other hand, this side, the fertilizers, they are very much costly. They are not easily available. They are very much costly. So farmers need to invest more if they are using the fertilizers. Now this is the third point of difference, my dear students, that organic manures, they contain all the essential nutrients, which is important nutrients for the plants to grow. Now whereas if you can see that fertilizers contain the specific nutrients, means not all the nutrients, they have the limitations, whereas organic manures, they don't have any kinds of limitations, they have all the nutrients within. So this is the modern and this is the organic manure which is used since years, but still it has much more nutrients within it compared to the fertilizers. See, manures contain relatively less amount of plant nutrients, correct? It has all the essential nutrients but the less amount of plant nutrients. Whereas on the other hand, if you compare, the fertilizers are rich in the plant nutrients. And students, since manure are of natural origin, they do not cause any kind of harm to the living beings, because ultimately human beings and the living beings are the one who are going to consume the different fruits and vegetables from the farm. Whereas on the other hand, fertilizers create health issues to the living being due to its synthetic origin, because this is not natural, so it causes the health issues, different kinds of stomach ache and different kind of diseases caused due to the consumption of the food from fertilizers. So at last, students, I hope that this difference between manures and fertilizers were very much clear to you. And though This is an extra knowledge, but if you have this knowledge in future, you will be able to share this knowledge with others, and sharing the knowledge means gaining more knowledge, correct? So I hope you liked today's video, which contained the extra knowledge about the plants, the fertilizers, soil, manures, etc., etc. And I hope that you will like this video and you will get more and more this kind of video, that is for sure, because the more you look at it, the more visually you see it, the more knowledge you get. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Take care.